Hello, welcome anybody and everybody that's here. I'm not expecting a big turnout for this. This is really effectively our first training of the new year. We've had quite a big break. I can't even remember whether I've done another one this year, but this is just the first to get us rolling. And if you can hear me, please just let me know in the chat section. Let me know you can see my screen, and let me know if you can hear me. Let me just check the chat section. Okay. So if you can let me know in the chat section if you can see and hear me, then we'll get going. Meanwhile, I've got a little video I want to play for you. And hopefully this will work. It has been fraught with difficulties in the past, but here we go. So I hope you get the point of that video. The point is that it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter whether they say you're going to fail. It doesn't matter whether they say that what you are doing isn't going to get you where you want to go. All that matters is your determination to get there and to get on with your life and ignore those people. I like to start at about 1 o'clock, and I just want to get people into the mood a little bit. So what we have now is another video, and this is from one of my heroes who had a tragic early death. So just watch this one, because this is also very important. That to me is a very inspiring message, and it's one that I hope you take to heart. It's one that I hope you understand, because we never know. We never know whether we're going to end our life with our dreams unfulfilled. All we can do is pursue our goals, pursue our dreams with all the energy we have, as often as we can. And if we do that, we can be sure we will find success. Okay, you're here presumably because you want to make money online. And if you're not, then you're in the wrong room. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said, anything the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I totally agree with him and believe in what he says there. Attitude is so important. Venus Williams says, some people say I have attitude. Maybe I do. But I think you have to. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. That makes you a winner right there. And without attitude, without the right attitude, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to get what you want in life. Now then, here's a picture. Does anybody recognize this picture? Can anybody tell me what it is, who it is? Let me just see if we get any answers to that in the chat section. Got a couple of people that say they can hear me anyway, so I'm not talking to myself. But I know there is always a delay, so you've got a minute or two just to let me know if you know what this picture is about, who it is. If pushed, I'll even sing you a little song about it. It's the Clampetts. Yeah, it is, Terence. It's about a hillbilly family who were living in the hills, and one day this poor mountaineer, Jed Clampett, was out shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. It's about a man who had a simple life, and all of a sudden, bang, he found wealth because he found this oil well in his backyard, and he had countless millions of dollars to change his life, and they went off to Beverly Hills to live there. And what's that got to do with you? What has that got to do with anything to do with making money online? Well, black gold is the stuff that was talked about there, the oil. And what I want to talk to you about today is something that is recession proof, because leads are like black gold. In bad times, people want leads because they need to make more money. So they need to get more business. They need leads. In good times, people want more leads because they're doing well and they want to produce more. And so leads is what this is about, and that's what this picture represents. It's a lead. It's attracting people into your business. And your business, no matter what it is, no matter what the end product is or the service or whatever else, you are in the business of lead generation. Okay? If you're not generating leads, you're not going to have a business. And as I say, leads are what I class as digital black gold. I said, bad times, people buy more leads to try and stay afloat. That's all they want to do. They just want to get through the bad times, the recession. And in good times, people buy more leads to try and take advantage of the boom. They want to make as much money as they possibly can, so they want the leads coming in. They've got the money to spend on them, and they want the leads coming in. So what I want to just run through for you today is 7 keys to generating all the leads that you want and making all the sales that you desire. And that is what I'm going to cover in today's little chat. If there are any questions on anything, whether it's been covered in this, whether it's a part of this, any questions at all about anything, marketing in any way, building multi-level marketing downlines, CPA offers, Google AdSense, whatever it is, whatever type of marketing you're into, if you've got any questions, if you put them in the chat box, I will do my best to answer them in a meaningful way for you. Okay? But the first thing that we need to understand is we need to know what our market is. This, once again, no, it wasn't from Think and Grow Rich. I think this is a quote from, yeah, it is from Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He said, I love strawberries and cream, and I also love fishing. But when I go fishing, I don't bait my hook with strawberries and cream because the fish don't like strawberries and cream. I use a worm. Okay, so you've got to know your market. You've got to know what they're interested in. You've got to know what their biggest pain is. You've got to know where they hang out. Back to the fishing analogy, if there are 2 ponds and one of them's got no fish in and one of them's full of fish, you've got to know which one it is. You've got to know where to fish. You've got to know where people hang out. And you've got to know what their biggest pain is, because everybody has a pain, a problem. And if you can offer a solution, if you can solve that pain, then you will generate a lead and go on to potentially make a sale. Okay, so that's the first thing. It's important to know your market. So often I see people who create this product. They go all about creating a product, and they create this magnificent product that they really think is great. And then they go and look for people that would be interested in the product. And to me, that's back to front. I've started quite a number of businesses, both online and offline, more offline than online. And what I've always done is I've looked for people that have a need, whether it be for a service or a product or whatever it is. I've looked for people that have a need, and I've said, are there enough of them to make it worthwhile me finding a solution? And then I say, yeah, okay, we've got a lot of people out here. They've got this crying out for something. When I started my import business, there were people out there that I knew. There were wholesalers and there were retailers, and they wanted something that they could buy and make a large profit on. And a lot of the stuff that they were buying from manufacturers in this, I was living in the States at the time, a lot of the stuff they were buying from manufacturers in the States, they could, if they were buying from the manufacturer to wholesale, they could make 10, 15% on it. And then the retailer buying from the wholesaler could make 25, maybe 30% on it. And I knew that when I talked to people, they just wanted things that they could sell for a bigger markup. So I went out and I looked, and I found that in China, you could buy all sorts of things for very, very low cost if you brought a container load in. And it didn't have to be a container load of just the one thing. It could be a container load of a variety of things. All sorts of things. Key rings, pen knives, ornaments, musical boxes, all sorts of things. They had catalogues of masses and masses of this stuff. And there was stuff there that I could buy for, just to give you an example, a couple of dollars, that I saw similar things selling in the stores for $25. Okay, so that had this massive price differential. So I knew that I could go to a wholesaler and say, look, if you take 100 of these, you can have them for $5. And I'd make $300 on that, $300, shift a load of stuff. And they knew that if they went to the retailers and said, look, this sells at 25, but I can let you have it for $10, they were making $5 on it. And the retailer said, wow, what a markup I can make on that. And they could even put special offers out. Okay, know your market. Find out what the biggest pain is, find a way of addressing it, service that pain, get rid of that pain for people, and they'll want to do business with you. They'll want to do things. So look, first of all, for your market. Find out where they are and what they need, what their pain is, and speak their language. Okay, if you can imagine yourself in a foreign country that speaks a language you've never heard, and you've got an amazing product, you can't show it to them because it's back in the States or something. You have to describe it to them. How are you going to do that? You can't communicate. You've got to be able to communicate. You've got to speak your market's language, because conversation is how you get leads. You find out what people want, you find out what they need, you say, okay, I can get that for you, are you interested? They say yes, tell me more. Boom, that's a lead. Okay, you've got to get then into the mind of your prospects. You've got to find out exactly what it is. In sales, this is often called their hot button. What is it that will really get them fizzing? What is it that'll get them buzzing, get them excited? And it differs for everybody. One of the great things about this world is that everybody is unique, everybody's different. And okay, there are people that will have similar ideas, similar thoughts, but you talk to people and they'll all have different ideas. Just in a simple thing like making money. Why do people want to make money? It's not so that they can have $1 million in the bank. It's what does that $1 million in the bank offer to them? What is it that they want that for? It might be that they just want it for the security of having money behind them, so that if anything goes wrong, they've got a balance to fall back on. It could be that they have always wanted to live in a certain part of town and with a certain type of house. It could be they've always wanted to drive a certain type of car. It could be that they want to pay their kids through college and get them educated. It could be that they want to travel to different parts of the world. You've got to find out what they want, why they're thinking, how they're thinking. Get into the mind of your prospects. That is so important. in not only generating leads, but in converting those leads into sales. Take small steps. I think it's Confucius that said a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And you'll see this in good marketing. You'll see people that it's very difficult to get somebody that you've just met to say, yeah, I think what you're selling is great. Let me have it. Here's my $10,000. Okay. It's possible. It depends on what it is and what the value of it is to that person. But usually you will take small steps. You will get people, first of all, to become a lead. Yeah, they're interested in learning more. So as they want to learn more, a good example of this is, I don't know whether you've ever seen these big ocean liners coming in, or the even bigger container ships and things like that coming into the dock. They have huge hawsers to tie the ship up to the dock. Probably, I don't know, maybe a foot in diameter sometimes, these great steel ropes. But how do they get that rope from the ship to the dock? You know, just how can they possibly move something that big? It's so heavy that it takes several men just to lift the end of it. So what they do is they have people that throw, I think they call it a monkey's hand. It's the way that a rope is plaited at one end to make it like a weight on the end of a thin piece of twine. And they throw that from the boat to the dock. And somebody on the dock then can catch that hand, monkey's hand, and they have this thin piece of twine on it, and they can pull that, and by pulling that they get into a heavier rope, and that heavier rope they fasten to a capstan, and the capstan starts pulling that heavier rope, which eventually brings in the really big hawser that's going to hold the ship there. And this is an example of just small steps, little small increments that you can use to progress people along from being a lead. Just keep getting agreement from people, making small steps. I'm sure you've seen and probably hate the fact that you'll see a lot of offers out there that say just $7, and then when you buy that $7 offer and you get inside and they say, but we've got this as well, or if you really want to make it work, this $7, then you need to spend another $50, and then you get that, and well, you've got those and they're great, but really to get the best out of them you need to be in our club, which is going to be another $100 a month. And when you get that, they say, but that's great, but what you really need now is personal coaching, and that personal coaching, we can get you all sorted out on that, and that's $5,000. Or, you know, you've seen the progression. It's small steps all the way. Micro commitments is the sales terminology for it. Give first. This is so important. You'll see this in lead capture pages, free report, free video, sample offer, free sample of our wrinkle creams to prove that it works, free sample of our diet pills to show you that they're going to really get rid of your appetite. Free report on how to generate 10 million leads in 10 hours, you know, whatever it is. You've seen this. It's a case you've got to give first. And I see so many people that really don't understand this. And even if they understand the concept of giving something to get the leads, They don't understand it as an overall concept. It's part of the natural law. And if you go to my Facebook page, Graham Frame, just Graham Frame Entrepreneur, I wrote a post on there today because I'm constantly getting people that come to me and say, oh, I've got no money, but you tell me that this is great and I can make money doing this. So you pay for me to do it. You pay my expenses and I'll work. And then when I've made some money, I'll give you your money back. You know, McDonald's is probably the surest way I know of making money. All you need is about $1 million or more to buy a McDonald's franchise. And you are guaranteed to make money. But do you think McDonald's are going to countenance it if you go and say, well, look, you've got this great offer. I know I'm guaranteed to make money with your franchise. So what I'll do is you set the whole thing up. I'll work my butt off for the first 5 years and pay you back everything that you put into it, and then after that it's mine. Okay, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work. You've got to give first. You've got to think about what value you can provide for people. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't know anything. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Ask people what their problems are. Ask people what their 10 main stumbling blocks are. If you can't get 10, ask them what 3 are. Ask them what 2 are. And when you've got a list of questions that people are asking you, find the answers and put them into a report or a video and give it away. Okay? A simple concept. Just do something like that. I'm sure all of you could do that one way or another. So it's not that difficult. You've got to know your numbers. You've got to know what it's costing you and what you're getting back. Because whilst leads are important, if you're amassing leads and leads and leads, if you've got 10 million leads and none of them ever buy anything from you, how much of those 10 million leads cost you and what are you doing with them? Okay, why are they there? What are they there for? You've got to know if you are advertising. This is especially important in paid advertising. And let me tell you now, if you're not doing paid advertising, the chances of you succeeding online are virtually nil. Okay, paid advertising is the way to go, but you have to learn how to do it and you've got to know your numbers. And I've done trainings on paid advertising and I'll be doing more on it. You run paid advertising to run at a profit. But unless you know your numbers, unless you know how many people you need to contact, if we just go backwards, let's suppose you're selling something that generates you $60 in commission. And I'm taking that as a figure because I know a lot of people I talk to are promoting things like multi-level marketing and affiliate offers and ClickBank offers, and they're making $10, sometimes even less, on a sale. And in all honesty, that is not enough money for you to be able to do paid advertising. And if you can't do paid advertising, you're not going to succeed. So if you have a product, if you're in a business that you're passionate about for the business sake because you love the products and you don't want to leave that business, but you're only making $10, $20 or $30 on an initial sale, then you need another business to go alongside it, which you can make higher commissions on and build your lead base with those higher commissions, and then you can introduce people into the thing you love. Okay, This is particularly important with multi-level marketing because the commissions are low because they're spread between lots of levels, and so you've got to know your numbers. You've got to have $50 and upwards at least coming in on your first initial sale. And if that first initial sale is 500 and you're making 10% on it, that's not going to work either, because you're not going to be able to make enough sales at $500 to cover the cost of your advertising if you're only making $50. So you don't only need $50 and up as commissions, but you need that to be the best part of what you're selling for. You need, if you're only making $50, you don't want your cost to be more than the selling to be more than sort of $60 or $70. Okay, you've got to the biggest proportion of that sale has got to come to you in commission, because only then can you start to break even on your advertising. Let's suppose you're selling something for $60 and you make $50 on it. Okay, if you are doing that, then and let's suppose your leads are costing you, for the sake of convenience, $5. Okay, you might be less, there might be more, but $5, you should certainly be able to get good high quality leads for $5. I'm not talking about clicks, I'm talking about leads, people that have actually opted in because they're interested in what you have to offer. Okay, so if you've got a good quality lead for $5 and you're selling something for $60 that makes you $50, you need to be making one sale out of every 10 people, because 10 people is costing you $50, and if you're making one sale, you're getting $50 in. So if you're not making 10%, if you're not converting 10% of your opt-ins, your high quality leads, into sales, you're going to be losing money. Okay, you've got to know your numbers. You've got to have the right sort of products. You've got to have something that you can sell, that you can convert, that will cover the cost of your advertising. And then ta-ta-ta. What's ta-ta-ta? Some of you will perhaps know, because you've been following my trainings for a while. But I'm not, because of the time delay no, let's just see if anybody knows what ta-ta-ta stands for. I'll wait, because this is important. It's as important as knowing your numbers, and it's all about getting to get everything working, to get your leads, captures. So is there anybody here that knows what ta-ta-ta stands for? Who have we got in here? I'm sure. Hi, Dime. Hi. I'm sure you probably know. You always pay attention. Thelma, you're usually pretty good as well. So anybody know what ta-ta-ta stands for? Thelma says, I can't see your screen. It's black. All I can suggest is you refresh the page, Thelma. I think it's a fault with your computer, because my monitor here, my laptop that I'm watching this on, seems to be okay. So I think there's something wrong with things at your end. Try refreshing it. You might miss a little bit, but there will be a replay in the usual place. So anybody know what ta-ta-ta stands for? listen to a story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the gown come a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Hannah says, what is it? What is it? Terence says, thank you. I think it's action, action, action. Can't remember now, says Dime. Okay, I will put you out of your misery. I'm just trying to update the page on live, but anyway. It is test and tweak and test again, and you keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep testing, and then you tweak, and then you test again. And with the results that you've got in now, you test and you tweak and you test again, and you keep doing it. And that is probably the most important advice that you will ever get from anybody, is you've got to just keep on testing, 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 testing. 8 out of 10 campaigns that start advertising, even from experienced marketers, will not make money from day one. They have to be tested and tweaked and tested and tweaked and tested and tweaked until they get to the point where they're making money. Once they're making money, then you can scale up. You can scale up, and you've got to maximize your buyer value. Once you're making money, you scale up and you start making the sales. You start getting the leads coming in. They start getting all these things. Maya says she's lost the sound. Is it just her? I hope it's just you, Maya. Let me see if I can test it. Let me just see. I think the sound is there. It seems to be there. I got the sound muted, but I've just clicked and I can see the thing going up and down for the sound when I'm speaking. So once again, I think it's a problem at your end. So you've got to maximize buyer value. Just because you've made a sale or you've got a lead doesn't mean that that's the end of the cycle. You want more sales. You want to be able to upsell that same person, sell them things that are more expensive. You can also downsell them things. It doesn't have to be something that is more expensive that you sell. It can be something of great value that's cost them even less, that they'll jump at. As long as it's value, make sure you are providing value all the time. You can upsell, you can downsell, and look for repeat sales. Look for things that people are going to need to buy over and over and over again. This is where so many MLM companies do well. They sell things like dieting pills, and you get a month's supply, and then you've got to have another month's supply. Or vitamins, you get them supply for a month and then you have another month's supply. Magic potions, whatever they are. So that they are very good from that point of view once you've built a network, but you can't afford to build a network on what they pay you. So you've got to start with something else and then introduce people that you've already got in your as your subscribers, your followers. You can then introduce them into that program and teach them to do the same sort of thing. Because repeat business is very important. Digitally, great things that repeat are web hosting, because people, once they've got a website up, they want it up there 24/7, 12 months of the year, so they'll pay for it month after month after month. Computer backup. Once they've got all their valuable information backed up, they don't want to lose that. So they're going to keep paying for it because they want to make sure that that's safe and secure. All those videos, all those pictures of the family, all that business information, all saved. It's all backed up so that if their computer crashes, they don't have a problem. They're going to pay for it month after month after month. Things like that. Repeat business. Anything that repeat business is what you want. What I've been talking about really is a vehicle. And what we've got here is a vehicle, and I can't remember where. I think I got this off the BBC website. It's somebody's new car. I can't even remember who it is. I'm not really interested in cars or racing cars or this sort of thing, but I know a lot of people are. And this is a new Formula One car from somebody. Honda, presumably, is it? Because it's got Honda on the side. Or maybe Honda just advertised on this car. I don't know. Anyway, this is a racing car. It is a vehicle. That is all it is. And what I've been showing you is a vehicle. That is all it is. This racing car goes nowhere until somebody gets in, starts the engine and drives it. It doesn't matter how fast it can potentially go. It doesn't matter how wonderful a car it is, until somebody actually gets in and starts driving it, nothing is going to happen. And that is the same as the information I've just given you on the 7 keys. And if we take that a step further, here are 2 identical racing cars. And if we put these out on a racetrack and we put 2 different drivers in them, perhaps you would like to have a go in one of the cars. And we put in whoever is one of the top drivers at the moment. As I say, I don't know much about racing, but I do know there's a name of Jason Button. Because it's an unusual name, I suppose. I remember that. So if we put this chap Button in one car and we put you in the other car and you're out on the racing track, who is going to get there first? Okay, well, it's a pretty obvious answer that the person that's going to get there first is going to be Jason Button. He is the man that is going to get there. So my monitor has now stopped working. So you've been having problems. I'm hoping that things are working here for you, but it doesn't. Maybe they're not. Can everybody hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? Hello? I know that my sound has disappeared on my system here. It shows as it's going out. But I can't actually see the movement. Yep, it's okay, people say. Okay, that's good. As long as you can hear me, that's fine. So we've got these 2 cars. Yeah. So who's going to get there first? It's going to be this guy, Jason Button. Unless you're an exceptional prodigy or something. Why? Because 1, he's practiced in this car for a long time, years and years probably, hours, certainly daily. What else? Because driving one of these things is probably quite frightening. So there's going to be fear involved. So how does this guy Button handle his fear as opposed to you? Well, you're going to handle this fear by saying, I don't want to go too fast because I'm not sure of this. I don't want to smash the car up and me along with it. And he's going to say, you know, I get a buzz about the excitement of going fast. I'm going to hit this corner at the best possible speed I can. I've got full confidence in my ability, and I'm going to drift it round the corner and get down that straight. So there's going to be lots of differences in the way that you handle the car and the way that he handles the car, the attitude you have to the car, the attitude he has to the car, and everything else. And that is going to make the difference. And that's what people don't understand. They don't understand that the vehicle for everybody, the internet, is a level playing field. It's the same for everybody. And yet some people do better than others. Some people get there faster. Some people don't get there at all because they're too frightened to get in the car and start it up and really drive it. And when they see that other people are shooting away from them, speeding away from them, they say, oh, well, I can't do this. They don't say, well, I'm going to get there anyway. It's just going to take me a little bit longer. They say, oh, no, I can't do this. They look at them, they're all doing it, but I can't do it. So you've got to have the right attitude. The vehicle is the same. It's exactly the same for you as it is for me. I have an opportunity that I run called Simple Fast Cash. And I have people that say, can you test my link because I don't think it's working because I'm not getting any sign-ups. And we test their link and yeah, it works. And they say, well, I don't think the program works because I'm not getting any sign-ups. And yet we've got other people, myself included, who get tens, sometimes 20, 30, 40, 50 sign-ups on a daily basis. And then we've got other people that say, oh, I get loads of sign-ups, but nobody upgrades, so I don't make any money, so the program doesn't work. And yet we've got me, for example, who make, I don't know, because I never draw the money, but all I make is used to go back into the program. But I think it's around about $7,000 a month I make from that program at the moment. And we've got other people that do very well. They make hundreds, thousands of dollars, some of them. And yet we've got some people that say it doesn't work. It's the driver, that's all. You've got to learn to drive that vehicle to the best of your ability. The vehicle is the same. And once you understand that, and you are prepared to make the effort to learn to drive the vehicle, you will start to find your success. And that pretty much is what I wanted to cover. Now, I could have spent a week training on each of those 7 keys rather than just telling you what they are very easily. But what I want to do now is find out if there are anybody that's got any questions and answers. And if there is anything then further that you want me to cover, I'm happy to do that. So I'm going to get rid of the screen share. And if I can find out where I should be, Google Hangouts, that's where we should be. Stop screen sharing. And you'll get me. And I'm here for questions and answers. I appreciate your feedback on the fact that you could hear when I thought everything had gone pear-shaped. Anybody that has any questions about anything concerning marketing, business online, business offline? I've got years and years of experience in coaching both online and offline businesses. I've been online since 1998, making money online. I had online accounts before that, but I was not actually using them for any business purpose, just out of curiosity to see what was going on. But 1998, I started doing affiliate marketing and things online. Offline, I've been involved in sales since about, 1975, probably. 40 years in sales. And before that, really, even though I didn't understand that it was sales at that time. When I was building offshore pension plans, I live in Bermuda, I was building offshore pension plans for corporations in the States. I was selling those to them. So, but I really didn't think of it as selling. I just felt it was just delivering a service, and pretty much that's what We've got Terence who says, maybe I missed it, but I've no opt-in pages or autoresponder set up for either program. Which programs are we talking about, Terence? You know, the quality of the answers that I give is based on the quality of the questions that I receive, and I can't really answer that. Maybe I missed it, but I've no opt-in pages for autoresponder. I don't know what you're talking about. So if you can make your question clear, any of you, if you can make to make a point of when you're asking questions, no problem in asking questions. Never feel that you can't ask questions, but try and make them as clear as possible. We get a lot of support tickets that come in for some of the businesses that I run, and they say, I can't log in. You know, why can't you log in? Is it because the password doesn't work? Is it because the login screen doesn't appear? Is it because you've forgotten your username? Is it because you can't get in past your secondary password? You know, there are so many things it can be. We get other things saying the link doesn't work for something. Which link, where, what page is it on, what URL? Terence says TCC and SOAP. SOAP, it's up to you to set up your own landing pages. There is instructions in there how to do it, Terence. It's up to you to set up your autoresponder. There are instructions in the back office how to do that. So if you go into your back office and you go into your whatever level you're paid at, if you're in Turnkey Cash Cow, then presumably you're level 5, but look through all the levels. Free level, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, because there's different information in all of those. And you will get videos explaining how to set up your autoresponder and how to set up your landing pages and lead capture pages for Simple Fast Cash. Turnkey Cash Cow, we are currently getting the sites out to people now, because Turnkey Cash Cow, we build custom built sites for you. These are being completed now. They will have a series of landing pages, sales pages. I think there's some blogs that I've written which will be on some of them, but they're fully customizable. You can change them around however you want. There is software in there that will enable you to build different landing pages if you choose to, and there will be a lot of instruction and everything coming along on the Turnkey Cash Cow program, which is a great program. It's what I would recommend anybody, no matter what level of competence they're at, to get involved in, because essentially it guarantees success. Because it guarantees success, one, it means you're never going to lose money with it. Two, it means that it's easy to promote because nobody else is ever going to lose money with it. And because people like complete done-for-you systems, we're not allowed to call it an investment, but it can be treated as an investment. You can get involved in it and literally do nothing, and over a period of time you will make a profit, and that is guaranteed. Your investment will never cost you any more than your initial investment, and you will go on and it will over time make you a profit. So but it is a business. You thought they were coming today. Once again, that's a bit not a very good question, Terence. It's a statement. I thought they were coming today. You thought what were coming today? Because as I said, in SOAP, Simple Fast Cash, you do it yourself. That is done when you do it. The websites for Turnkey Cash Cow are going out. There are a lot of people that we've got to handle, and they're going out in the order that they came in. So they are being done. I would think all will be out with you by the middle of next week at the latest. We are testing traffic. We want to get the conversion rates as high as possible so that when we start sending your traffic, you're going to start seeing conversions and not just clicks going through your meter. So that's it. I don't know whether that's answered your question or not, because once again, the question is not very clear. The quality of the answer is based on the quality of the question. Do we have more questions? I've got 10 minutes. The splash pages for TCC. We're talking about your website again there. I hope I've answered that for you, Terence. It's all done in a custom built website. So that's what that is. We are still working on some aspects. We are still working on sales pages, and we will continue to work on them until we have them. Yeah, Maya, Turnkey Cash Cow, you will be able to offer them the guarantee that it will never cost them any more than their initial payment out of their pocket. There is no guarantee that they will have any specific stated income coming in any specific stated time. I know, Maya, that you are in the program where I undertake to build your business for you, and I'll guarantee you 5,000 in commissions from doing that. So that is that was a program that we have launched. We've got a number of people involved in that program, and that will be doing what it says. We will be building their business for them to a level of $5,000 in commissions, and then we'll hand over the campaigns and things so that they can carry on with them. That was done at a very low cost for what's on offer there, and if we reintroduce that program, it will be at a much higher level. And it'll be based on testimonials from the people that are in that program now. So that is that. But once you get your website there, Maya, it will have in it the the program, the sales pages, the guarantees. I think initially we've got 4 landing pages there for you. I think it's 4. Some blogs, some bits and pieces. So we will start driving traffic once everybody's got their pages out there and we're happy with the conversion rates. It's no good me driving traffic. The traffic is good quality, it's high quality traffic, but it's no good driving traffic if we're only going to get 20% opt-ins, and if we're only going to get 1% of those opt-ins upgrade, and this sort of thing. We need better figures than that for ourselves, and especially for you. And that's what we're aiming at. We're aiming to get 5% upgrades, and 5% of those upgrades upgrading into TCC. So and we've got a new part of the Simple Fast Cash program that's coming in there, which will enhance things, and it'll all be revealed. We've been working very hard on it. Some of this involved me doing what I'm not fond of doing nowadays, which is doing quick trips all over the place. I spent some time in Phoenix and Chicago in the past week, and unfortunately I also got stuck in Chicago because there was a mechanical fault on the plane. So I was back later than I'd intended, and it's one of those things. But that is all in progress. We have. I met a guy while I was there. One of the main reasons I went, there's a guy that generates really high quality leads, and he runs a program, and this might be interesting as well. What he does is he generates almost 500,000 fresh leads a month in different niches, and he is going to be supplying us with really high targeted leads, and because he's got the quantity there, it means we'll be able to scale up. Some of you may have done things like solo ads, where you've run a solo ad and you've done a couple of 100 click solo ad or something, and it's worked well, and you said, okay, you've gone back to them and say, okay, I want to do another 1,000. They say, oh, I haven't got 1,000, can't do your 1,000. This is one of the problems that you're going to run into with doing things yourself on a small level. We deal with people that can give us virtually unlimited quantities of high quality traffic, niche targeted, and so when we start scaling up, we can scale and scale and scale, and the sky's the limit. We're not going to be held back by somebody, oh, well, you know, I've run out on my list, or we don't have that many. We'll be dealing with people that do have that many, the people that supply all the other solo ad vendors. I'm not talking about the ones that just do swaps and swaps and swaps, because they're a waste of time anyway. So we're going to be dealing direct with them, so that we are infinitely scalable. But as I was saying, this guy also runs a program where they use the leads, and they're very good at doing CPA offers and this sort of thing, and they can make money on this, and they can make money in excess of 5% per month on virtually unlimited amounts of cash coming in. So what that means is they are prepared to offer 5% return on your investment, and they'll guarantee you a 5% return. I'm not sure whether they pay over the 5%. I've not clarified that with him, but his minimum investment is quite high. probably higher than most of you would want to get involved in. They're dealing with people that are investing hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of putting it into a pension annuity, 401ks and all this sort of rubbish. They're putting it into him because they get a better return on it. They're getting 5% guaranteed every month. So if they put in a couple of 100,000, it gives them 10,000 a month to live on, which they can do quite comfortably, and that's a better prospect than putting 200,000 into your normal pension plan. So that's the sort of level he's working at. But what I'm trying to put together with him is something where we can help people that have less to invest, but they want the security that brings and that sort of return on the capital, and we can pool them in together, and we will be able to do that and get people. So that's something for the future, and that'll be available to TCC members. Once they've got some good income coming in, they can start building a pension plan, basically their own run pension plan, and that's going to be great. And that pretty much is it. We don't seem to have any more questions. Nobody having any problems getting leads, nobody having any trouble making sales, it seems, which is good news. Hannah says, I like to drive this car, this fast car. Okay. Driving a fast car is like driving a slow car. It's the same principle. It's just the attitude that you have to handling that vehicle. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. Still your right foot on the accelerator or the brake, and your left foot on a clutch and a gear lever and a steering wheel, and that basically is driving. And the only thing that differs is the attitude of the person behind the wheel. Okay. Well, no more questions. Time's up. I'm going to leave you. I've got lots of things to do. I've got people to chase up. And as I say, we do have a lot going on in the background. It's all going to start coming into fruition. I did hope that we could have it all up and running and working by the first week in January. It's going to be hopefully the first week in February now. If I could do all the things that I need done myself, it would be working, I promise you. But I don't have the technical knowledge and skills to build programming and to do all this sort of stuff. I have gone to one of the best copywriters in the business. Oh, tell you what's interesting. I'll just run you through this. Let's just run you through this. If you don't mind stopping for a couple of minutes, get my screen share back, and here we go. What I am going to be offering, because if you can write copy, or if you've got somebody who can write copy for you, you can make as much money as you want online. Copywriting is a skill that you can charge a fortune for. So both for your own projects and to sell to other people, we're going to be offering a copywriting service. And I would suggest you sell these short copyright. We're dealing purely with short projects for either doing presentations like this, or putting onto videos, converting them to videos, and then putting them up on YouTube and broadcasting them, this sort of thing. These typically would cost you, I don't know, I would think probably bottom end $500 up to maybe $2,000 or $3,000 to get a good one of these written. And we're going to be offering them to our members at substantially less than this, and I can envisage you either buying them for yourself or selling them to other people. And it's to write copy along the lines of this sort of thing here. And if this was a video, it would say, you know, it's just somebody talking along behind this, or you could have perhaps just the headlines and somebody talking these words. But this is something that we've put together using our system. And so I'm just going to run through it. The following is a message for every online marketer who needs to make money online but can't figure out how to get started. My name's Graham Frame of SuccessLifestyles.com, and here's the truth you need to know about making money. In fact, the biggest problem you face right now is not knowing how to generate leads or how to convert leads into sales. But that's not the end of the problem. It actually gets worse. Here's the real problem you're facing when it comes to making money. Bottom line is, without the tools and training to generate a constant flow of high quality leads, it's impossible to break out of the pack and join the 3% who are actually making all the money. Which means you'll never own your own life and start living a true internet lifestyle. Worst of all, many online marketers can't even get past the idea that making money online is difficult, but nothing can be farther from the truth. So if you're a marketer making less than $5,000 a month and want to boost your income fast, and you really need to make money online but can't figure out how to get started, here's the solution you've been looking for. Introducing Simple Fast Cash. Simple Fast Cash helps you start generating instant commissions that put you in profit fast. It'll leverage your results through a unique system to skyrocket your income. It'll start you in not just making money, but in finding your dream lifestyle. Finally, owning that new car, moving to a bigger home, traveling when and where you please, and enable you to tear up those credit cards. In fact, to work less and make more money than you ever dreamed possible, and much, much more. And best of all, you'll start seeing results with Simple Fast Cash in just a few hours, and it costs you less than 22 cents a day. So again, if you're a marketer making less than $5,000 a month and want to boost your income fast, understand this. You need a way to quickly start a profitable business without the hype, without the complete set of tools and training that leaves nothing to chance. And that's what we offer you. You can own your life. You can join other successful members in breaking free from debt. And if you take action now, you can do that. Or you can go on struggling and buying tools and incomplete training, just like most other would-be marketers who spend years and thousands of dollars searching for that elusive success. Or you can get on track with a highly motivated team right now. So I want you to act now before it's too late. Just do it now. Get on board with Simple Fast Cash and start making money today by clicking the button below now. Okay, so that's the sort of thing that we can put together for you for CPA offers, multi-level marketing, any type of offer that you want. We'll have the ability to do that, and you can also do it for other people. And I say, sell them on. I would recommend you don't sell them for less than $500. $500 is bottom end of the market for this type of thing. If you're actually producing the video for them, which is not that hard to do, you want to be charging over $500. If you're just giving them a script, they can take that script and they can take it to somewhere like Fiverr, and they'll get somebody to voice over it or something. So that's exciting. That's coming along in the near future too. We'll have copywriters there doing that for you. All you need to do is answer a few questions about what the project is that you want, and we'll put together a high impact script following a formula that is proven to convert into sales. Okay, so that is that. We are now 5 or 7 minutes or so over time. There are still no more questions in the chat box. So with that, I'm going to say thanks all for being here. It's been great talking to you. I hope it's been useful. Just take action. That car goes nowhere till you get in it and drive it. And it doesn't matter if you drive it fast or you drive it slow, as long as you intend to drive it until it gets where you want to go. Okay? God bless you all.